this occasion. Victory is assured.
Hello, Monster Band here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 11 of my Ku'gath Plaguefather campaign, where our army's currently marching towards the reinforcements coming on. I don't know why there was that weird elongated just happened. So most of the army's going over that way. Ku'gath, on the other hand, is facing off against Miao Ying all by himself. All by myself. Gonna plague you all. Actually, that's not true, because it's got the plague drones, the airborne cavalry moving around on the flank there. I love the noise they make. It's very sort of like oppressive buzzing. It's good. So of course Miao Ying is now kind of panicking because she's got flyers on her flank. She's got Ku'gath battering her from the front, and the enemy reinforcements now pouring onto the battlefield are under some serious pressure as our plague bearers, Bilious, Uncle Fununcle, Cuddles, all charge in. Ooh, that's a lot of explosive death heads there. So the reinforcements are not going to be reinforcing Miao Ying. She's going to be all by herself. Going to have to deal with Ku'gath with what she's got. Because, yeah, those reinforcements are now all fully tied up. So they are shooting Ku'gath, trying to bring him down, and they're also trying to bring down the plague drones who are hiding behind those trees. She's giving them a little bit of cover. Well, they're mostly targeting Ku'gath, who is, I mean, that's fine, because those cannons are going to take quite a long time to actually hurt Ku'gath, and he can always just heal himself up. So he's just acting as like a big old target for him, while the reinforcements are dispatched. I was actively trying to get Reebok damaged, but as you can see, it's not really working. He's getting wounded, but he's healing up almost immediately, so that isn't really working great. Anyway, so those reinforcements are just getting annihilated. The plague drones are hiding. They've landed in amongst the trees to give themselves a little bit more cover, and that seems to be working fine. A small contingent are crossing the choke point and heading towards Ku'gath. I've hit Ku'gath behind the trees here to give him a little bit of extra cover, and he can always heal himself up, of course. Some of his shots may even get through. Oh, into his fucking quest battle. Bloody hell. Anyway, we're just waiting for these Jade Warriors to advance a little bit closer, and then what we're going to do is we're going to advance with the plague flies, fly over the heads of the melee infantry while bombarding them a little bit. And we're just going to bypass them completely as we move in to engage the enemy artillery and knock out those grand cannons. So cannons trying to get some shots off there. But we're going to hit our entire army with the poxy winds. There we go. It's just going to make us a little bit faster. 164 speed, that's fine. We can land in amongst those cannons, knock them out, and they have no more artillery. Ku'gath, meanwhile, coming through the trees to come and help out. He's going to tank those archers for us. And as you can see, the enemy reinforcements have been annihilated. So much so that we're actually going to bring the plague bearers back to help out against Miao Ying, while we just leave the big boys to mop up the survivors. So far, so good. The Froggies have also headed over to the flank, and they're currently knocking out those Jade Lancers and the Jade Warriors. Then they're going to move in. Miao Ying has charged into this melee as we knock out the last of our artillery. I don't think they've got... Cathay artillery is very brittle. Like, it will just explode at the drop of a hat. So we've got more and more units feeding into this melee, which is not really ideal. The plague The plague drones are pretty tanky, but they can be pulled down and surrounded. So we need to get assistance over there. We're dropping heals on them to keep them spry and all healed up and all very nice. But you know, we've got Jade Warriors with halbards here. We've got Jade Lancers. Big explosion there, trying to take out some of this little blob. That did send Miao Ying just flying over to the other side of the battlefield. We've also slowed her down, so she's only moving at 25% speed. Or she's only moving at 25 speed, which means it's going to take a little while to get back to that fight, which is good for us. The Froggies have managed to break through on that flank and are now running down the Crane Gunners, who have been a constant thorn in our side, but no longer. Meanwhile, the Barons of the Bog hopping over to join in against the blob in the centre. Miao Ying goes dragon form and then launches into this fight, which is probably actually better for us because obviously it makes her a much larger target. So we're going to just lay into her with everything we've got and hopefully bring her down. She's already taken quite a bit of damage there. The Froggies taking out that blob of infantry, and Ku'gath he's just such a tanky boy. There's just nothing you can really do against him. He's an absolute nightmare to kill. I mean, he's got good melee attack, good melee defense, 69, nice. Good weapon strength, his armor's pretty good, he's got a massive health pool. Just absolute nightmare to kill, to be honest. Unless you've got like a character killer character, he's tricky to bring down. The Froggies now piling in. We're all piling in to take out Miao Ying. Miao Ying's under 50% health now. She's not looking very happy. Our army's been crushed. The reinforcements never arrived. And finally, our army begins to break. Well, Miao Ying got her ass handed to her, didn't she? Eh? Just like her brother. Oh, I do want those infections. Yes, please. Yes, please. Also, that's them dealt with. We'll sort of meander down here in this general direction. Wait, what plague did we get? Just palsy. Okay, well. Ooh, Death's Head. Blight Boil. Alright, 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 alright. More melee defense for everyone as well. I'll take that. If I give you the Death's Head, love a bit of heads, especially when it's death related. Sort of I prefer the Blood Cleaver, I think. Mind you, if we ever want to summon guys, this is probably not the best thing to have. In fact, so if you want to if you want to summon plague bearers and a great unclean one, right? You need you need a health to be less than 75%. Doesn't really help when you have a Chaos War Shrine, which has the effect to wait. It does give the heal, doesn't it? This is a healy one, Giver of Abundant Glory. Yes, so basically you heal up anyway. You're literally on a thing which will give you more health and stop you from... What the fuck were they thinking? It's going to be nigh on impossible to get him below 75% health. What? Oh, you know what? Sure, whatever. I mean, maybe if it was like, you know, you had to regenerate a certain amount of health before... I mean, at least that is kind of... That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But... I mean, what like, you know what? I kind of get the reasoning behind it. I kind of do, but also, No. Also, definitely not. Definitely not. Let's get some chaos knights just for funsies. Love a bit of funsies, and we want. Oh, someone did the maths here, didn't they? They said you wanted a living tree of decay was the best money you could make. Apparently, it does make sense. We don't quite have that much money. Maybe I'll save my cash. Either way, we've brutalized Cathay so far, although they are throwing more and more armies at us. More armies heading this way, which is unfortunate. Oh, you've only got one more turn of thingy-majig. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, sir. Nope. Hang on. That one. Ah, crap. Where did we summon up? Oh, yeah, because I used it there, didn't I? Oh, lame. So lame. Never mind. Right, we're going to save our pennies. I'm going to try and get a thingy-majig, a living tree of decay. Pupating. Love it. Love a bit of pupating. Oh, there's that guy there. I probably should have used him. Never mind. It's fine. As long as everyone's got plague, that's the main thing. Now, I don't know what agreements I've got with you. I don't think I've got anything. The thing is, I can't see a non-aggression pact. I don't think I've got a non-aggression pact. Nope, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I was worried I was going to take a hit to my reliability there. I wish it told. I don't think it does tell you, does it? I don't think it's because if you go to declare war on someone, they go, "Oh, if you do this before 3 turns is up, then oh, naughty, naughty." But when someone asks you to declare war, it doesn't actually tell you. It just kind of, yeah. Little confederation there. No concern of ours. You are. Where did that army go? Maybe it died. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, we've got a little guy kind of harassing us a little bit there. Andrew Wakefield is, I'm going to be honest, almost ready to go, but we are going to get this. I also probably want to play Flesh Poppy at some point here as well if we upgrade that one. I feel like the economy is starting to get there. I'm hoping that Khalida gets her ass kicked. It does look like the Skaven are advancing in that general direction. Are they at war? They're not currently at war with Cathay. So there's that. So we're going to sort of head in this direction, I think, unless we go for this one. Yeah, let's go for this one. We'll sack it, and then we'll occupy it. 6666. That's, sure. Okay, we'll occupy you. Okay, let's have a look. What do we have here? Leper Lord is good. More campaign movement range is good. I do like the extra missile resistance. The base weapon damage is good. All of this is good, to be honest. I don't really want to switch over to anything else. I mean, campaign line of sight is kind of a chance of plague spreading is good. If we give that to you, more campaign movement. Well, why can't you have a banner of outrage? I don't understand why you can't equip that. You are, that is Andrew Wakefield. Yes. Okay, kind of weird. Okay, no further questions. Income from, I mean, seeing as we don't have anything else, you may as well have the income, have a Sword of Strife, and a Scroll of Blast. Okay, I am...
Disease liberate.
What kind of disease are you? Your attrition disease. Okay, if you go and hit that guy. There's the other guy. Actually, changed my mind. Go and hit him instead. Because I don't want him replenishing. I want him taking attrition damage. That's the dream. I think this plague is probably one of the best. Because anything that can stop enemy replenishment and also slowly grind them down just has to be good. Let's go. So we get another 24% income in this region, which is very nice. Yeah, all right. Let's go with that. That's going to be a nice big boost. Now, you have Ching here. If how now? You are reticent. It has to be said, reticent to give that to me. Minus 40 is quite a large chunk. So with any, I mean, obviously, you know, it's going to have big corruption issues. So the military presence is offsetting that at the moment. But once the military presence is removed, I'm hoping maybe it'll rebel and the rebellion will be able to take the settlement, and then I can take the settlement off them. With that said, I think the AI gets big bonuses against rebellions anyway, so there's a very low chance of that actually happening. It does happen, but rarely.
What gifts do you bring for my Hessian sacks?
Yes. Sacks? Is that what we're calling that now? Wurzag, you are friends with people we want to be friends with, so yes, let's be friends too. Oh, I think Cathay's coming out of the woodwork. Now we've got army there. We've got, oh, they've retaken that. Ooh. Ooh. Chant, have you've got the big plague, haven't you? Okay, we're going to hit you with that one. Marienburg is apparently dead. Good for them. Let us meander down this way. Now they're really going for it. Okay, cycle time reduction, construction cost reduction, missile resistance, good, and more infections, which is also very good. We're going to sit here and ambush and see if we can sort of like lure them in. If they did want to go for that, that'd be quite good. You have got plague, so do you. And I feel like we're kind of at a point where we probably... want... Now we do have the Fury. The Furies are actually fine. As long as you can keep them away from any missile fire, they will do adequate work. So we're going to get a doggo. I'm also going to get one of those, because that's all I can afford. However, we're then going to slowly meander in this general direction. Something like that. Can we... What could we do with you? Like a bonus we could do? I mean, Vanguard deployment is very good. That's one of the reasons this plague's so good, because it also gives you Vanguard deployment. I mean, do I care about one Nurgle? It would be nice if that was maybe like one random unit when plague is spread or something. You know, maybe weighted more towards Nurglings, but also a chance to get other things. So there's nothing that gives me... The only thing that really gives me a benefit for me is going to be rot, but the benefit is so minor and it's Nurglings, and to be honest, I don't like recruiting her. I know some people go, oh, I just recruited stacks of Nurglings and it worked great. God, that campaign was boring. Yeah, well done. That's because you recruited stacks of Nurglings and your strategy was Control A, right-click on the enemy army and hope for the best. Don't know what to tell you. Yes, that would be dull. Congrats. So, I guess this one. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's not that vitally important. I don't really want to spread it. That's the only thing. So it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because there's no plagues which are really like a benefit for me. This one obviously gives us physical resistance, and it would be nice to see some more plagues with like minus 500 defense. Do I give a shit about that? No. Get rid of it. Change it to something like, I don't know, plus 10% weapon strength for your own army. Right, cool. That's good. I like that one. Local recruiting capacity. Do I give a shit? No, of course I fucking don't. Because the AI gets bonuses to its recruiting capacity anyway. So at most, it's going to bring you down to fucking the same number as you are. Whoop-de-fucking-do. What am I going to do with that? So yeah, get rid of that. Give it just do something better, basically. Just be better. I guess this one. I mean, it's fine. It's just I just wish it was better. Like, there's just some plague effects there that just are meaningless. And it'd be nice if, you know, giving yourself plague was a benefit, because obviously Skrulk gives himself bonuses for having plague on his armies, which is cool. Right, it gives the idea of, oh, yeah, we can spread plague, but actually, you know, normal scathe, and it's a bad thing. But with clan pestilence, obviously, they like being plagued for some reason. Who knows? Reload time reduction for those guys? Potentially. This one? I'm going to go with that one. Anything which reduces the cost of buildings for me has to be a good thing. We'll repair these, although I'm not entirely sure we can... I feel like there's going to be Cathay armies coming from every fucking direction at this point. So I'm not holding my breath that we'll manage to hold on to those settlements. It would be nice if we could, but I'm just not sure about it. Oh, the Awaken the Dead. I wonder who's controlling Lustria. It's as dead as well. So who knows? Hello there. Hello, friends. I noticed you marched directly over here. I'm just gonna... Yeah, you're plagued, so I'm just gonna kill you. Oh, that's not many infections. Not very good. I'll take the cash, I guess. Bit rubbish, not gonna lie. A little bit disappointed about that. Never mind. Just have to make do. Right, do we want to upgrade you? Yes. Yes, we do. Then we'll set... Right, then we want some more well, we can level you up, to be honest. Whatever we give you, it doesn't really matter. So, let's grab one of you and one of you. And then we're going to meander in this direction. You are taking attrition damage. That's looking pretty good. You do have a lot of crossbows, which is going to sting. Especially if you all focus fire at the same time. That could be rough. I mean, we'll probably be fine, but... let's go for a... Oh, mind you, we do have Vanguard deployment, don't we? So, let's go... Right, that one. More attrition, and all units suffer attrition, and campaign movement range, and all that kind of good stuff. And you. Delightful. Right, we're going to go and do you. We can spread this plague over here as well. There we go. So with any luck, that'll spread because this plague is... Oop. Wait a second. You spread... Huh. Did I just find a bug? That plague wasn't spread. Turns out if you move two cultists at the same time and target two different things, only the last one you've targeted actually works. Interesting. I mean, a massive pain in the ass, but interesting nonetheless. Okay. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, you want Pestilent Decay? And it's like, ah, yeah, it's all right. I might go get it later. I feel like getting around... like, and the thing that reduces the upkeep of this army is probably good. Also, I need to do is fucking... God. I need to do is flipping bloody thingy-majig, don't I? What do I call it? What's it? This... I'm going to take.
Such power.
This I'm going to take, because anything that gives these lads missile resistance, and was it missile resistance? I'm fairly sure it's missile resistance. Yeah, missile resistance. Anything that gives our big boys missile resistance is has to be good. I genuinely think that Great Unclean Ones are probably the most fun greater demons. Like, the Keepers of Secrets, they're just a bit fragile. They're fine, but they're fragile. And I mean, the Bloodthirsters are pretty cool. The Lords of Change, obviously, you can do your magical bombardment, which is quite natty. They are very, very powerful. I did a few times during my Kairos campaign, literally, like, you had all the spells on your Lords of Change, and you could annihilate entire armies with them. You just had 5 for the buggers and your general, and then it would just be a storm of magic that would wipe the enemy off the board. It would be absolute annihilation. Absolute carnage, which was quite fun. But I think there's just something neat about the Great Unclean Ones. They're just... I just think they're neat. I think I've probably got loads of both now. So I'm not super concerned. Right, we're going to head in this direction. If we can hit Shang-Wu, do we have the right plague? Agu. No, we want different plague. That's fine, we can work on that. You guys... okay, you do have some friends down there, but not enough. We're going to go in, and we're going to squash... it says Pyrrhic victory, but you have taken a lot of damage. Is it going to be a settlement fight? That's the only question. Nope. Open fight. That's fine. All we need to do is tie up their front line and then lock down their missile units. And Andrew Wakefield, I mean, he's heading for Great Unclean One Hood, isn't he? So we can Vanguard deploy, which is going to make this a little bit easier because we're already directly in front of them. We're at their throats, basically. Which means our flankers, which include the Chaos Knights of Nurgle, obviously a very tanky units, and the Furies moving around on the other flank can instantly just get in there and take out those slightly squishy units. Peasant Archers, for example, very, very squishy. You can run down the Iron Hell Gunners as well, stop them from firing. Meanwhile, the Furies coming around on the other flank. We do have the Pox Riders advancing as well. There's not enough infantry to cover their missile units. So as long as we tie up their infantry, our fast-moving units can instantly get in there and just mop up. So it already just moving right in, taking out that cannon, eating that cannon, nom nom nom, delicious. And then we take out these Jade Warrior crossbowmen as well. Ideally, the Furies coming in from behind, picking targets and then swooping down. Swoop me. Furies obviously struggle against melee units, but against missile units they will do absolutely fine. Also bringing down the Furies to help out against the Peasant Long Spearmen. The Furies and the Pox Riders actually a fairly good mix because the Furies can get in and surround individual units and hunt them down. But what they don't do particularly well against, like a combined front, if you like. They don't do very well against that, but being able to like just harass units, attack them from the rear and stuff, they will do a lot of damage. Those Peasant Long Spearmen already dying there. The crossbowmen getting minced And over in the centre, the Plague Bearers holding that infantry. Doggos, you know I love doggos. Love doggos. They're just genuinely a fantastic unit, the doggos. They can just get shit done. They're fast. They have an amazing attack as well. You may not think of it looking at their stats, but they can absolutely mince units should they need to. They can absolutely eviscerate them. For some reason, I think it may be just the fact that they're quite narrow units, so they can get a lot of them around a single enemy unit. Maybe, I don't know what it is. There's something about them. For example, use the doggos to attack doors. Genuinely, they will chew through a door in seconds. You can have the biggest, baddest giant knocking on a door. They would get through in. The doggos will get through in just a fraction of the time. Give it a shot. Meanwhile, I can see this army is being very, very resilient to being broken, but they are being pulled down. The Furies and Froggos taking out those Jade Lancers, backed up by some Plague Bearers. And the Furies just hunting down these units. Just flapping in their face, being weird. Again, very much the key to taking out Cathay is tying up their infantry, the melee infantry, and then taking out their archers. And if their missile units can't fire, they are basically screwed. There's no point sacking that. There's no money to be had. So just secure this province for Nurgle. Lovely jubbly. Right, do we want to upgrade you? Yes, let's upgrade you. Oh, we can upgrade you as well. Goodness. And you. Well. Well, I never. Well, that spent all our money anyway. Well, we've got a foothold. We've got a foothold in Cathay. We need to come down here. We need to get the jungles of Qian, although that is currently under the control of this Wood Elf faction, which means I've got to fight Wood Elves. Oh, I hate fighting Wood Elves. Oh, these guys are the worst. They suck so much. They shoot you and run away. I wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't be that bothered if they just, like, shot you, right? Or just ran away. But it's the combination. That's the really annoying bit is the shooting you while running away. I mean, that's the real bullshit. That's the real fucking bullshit. Alright, let's start spreading some Nurgle corruption. I mean, it's going to do absolutely nothing, is it? Because just one corrupt... Tell you what, let's get this one, because that'll slow... Anyone that gets into our territory will end up being slow. And that's good. For us, anyway. I could always... And what does this do? Cycle time -1 for... Oh, we don't really need that, do we? We don't need... I mean, basic military buildings might be good. I guess this. Do this. Spread that a little bit. Is making military buildings cycle faster better? Maybe. Maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Genuinely. Ugh. Tech there. Let us. I think Andrew's going to keep heading south. And one of the benefits of Nurgle is that you do get your total axe. Like, so obviously, during my Grombrindal campaign, Grombrindal had a bit of a shitty army because he couldn't go. Like, I couldn't send him back to the recruitment bases to recruit better stuff, and he was always moving faster than the buildings were upgrading. So obviously that was a bit of a problem. But with Nurgle, of course, you can just recruit anything instantly. You can, you know, get a Great and Clean one back here. Just up, you know, grab him here. It's fine. In every other respect, of course, Nurgle recruitment is a pain in the ass. What the fuck? Did you just damage my building, you piece of shit? Oh, you absolute bastard. You are a piece of work, aren't you? Absolute piece of work. Right, we do have an itty-bitty army here. So let's go and take out Shang Wu. Andrew's going to head down to the Temple of Elemental Winds, and I think we can easily pop these guys. It's suggesting low casualties. Could auto-resolve it. We're not going to do that. We're going to fight it, but it's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.